Hey, Wolfshade. How's it going? How's it going, Slow Ride? I'm still working on the next batch of updates for astrodynamics and manufacturing and probably community lulls, some little optimization things for that last one. Um, I've been fighting pretty bad allergic reaction this week. Haven't really been able to focus much on modding, but gotta move this chat window. I can barely see it. Thanks, Mike. See if I can reposition some things. Can everybody hear the game audio? I personally have not experienced any issues completing the Crimson Fleet missions, Wolfshade, with or without mods. I never really had any of the big game-breaking bugs that a lot of people say they had. Not on Xbox or on PC. Sorry, I'm very sinusy today, so I apologize in advance for noises I might make. Um, for anybody who hasn't seen me on Discord recently, I occasionally go live in Discord video. Just hang out with whoever shows up. We swap between different people's streams and stuff. So this is my new DarkStar headquarters outpost on Fermi 3. Highly recommend that Clutter V2 mod. I do not remember the name of the mod author, but it's on the creations. I could try turning the game audio up. Give me a second here. I don't know how much of it you really need to hear, but let's see. I mean, I have things turned down pretty low, so. Yeah, I haven't tried using Scully's Emporium yet. Not sure that I ever will, but I haven't tried it yet. See, to me, the game audio is really loud now. Can you guys hear me over it? If you can hear me over it, then I'll just deal with it on my end. Let me turn my earbuds down. Cool, cool. I'll leave it where it is then.
Something you need?
No idea what I'm going to do during today's stream. I'm just was wandering around my base trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I did get a little bit of chance to play recently. Made it to level 310. So that was cool. Chemical storage area. Yep. Load order for manufacturing. I mean, I'm the wrong person to ask because I don't run hardly anybody else's mods. Not that I don't like other people's mods, it's just I get very limited time to actually play. It's with DarkStar manufacturing, it's more about making sure it's loaded in relation to any other kind of crafting or equipment mods that you might be running. So it's very subjective to the person. It's hard to give a global answer. I can say that my approach to DarkStar manufacturing was intentionally done the way it was so that there were as few overrides of game files as possible. So it makes no changes to base game vanilla gear at all. Which is the exact opposite from where most of those people, most of the other modders do it. They just do the overrides. I did not want to do that. What am I wearing? In game, I'm wearing the reward armor from DarkStar Manufacturing. This is the stuff you get for completing all of the research. Force armor. This is one of the changes coming in. It's going to go from 1 suit to 5. But it's really, they're all identical, and then you customize them. So all of the DarkStar stuff, Mark Pierce, in the Lodge is in its own layer. And the DarkStar stuff no longer deletes or moves any of the vanilla components in the Lodge. So there should be very few... I'm not telling you what I'm wearing outside of the game. But it's it should have very few collisions with other mods unless they happen to put something on a wall in the same exact spot that DarkStar put something in the wall. Or if that other mod doesn't do their placements in a unique layer, or if they're modifying the Lodge basement or something like that, making changes to the actual physical Lodge, then yes, you'll have issues. Yeah, this is the Clutter V2 mod. Allows you to build these servers and stuff like that, and the table desktop clutter. So I just built a new headquarters for my NPCs to hang out in.
You know, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad.
And this floor is basically where most of the crew stations are. Thank you for that information, Edwin. Whoever was asking about load order slow ride, I think that was you. There's some more information you can work with. I think most people tend to run my mods to the bottom of the load order, which is typically what I would recommend, because then if you have competing mods, that should allow mine to win the conversation and not be overridden. But I particularly like this satellite dish from the Clutter V2 mod. Again, I can't remember the name of the person that made it, but they did brilliant work. And the giant methane tank and all this stuff. It's gonna help me pull this together to make it look like a real headquarters kind of place, you know? I will eventually be building actual points of interest as DarkStar headquarters and stuff in the future. I just haven't done it yet. It's a lot of work I just haven't gotten to. I appreciate that, Edwin. Hey, Lessons. Clearly, I place things meticulously. What do you mean? Is it safe to place your own? So I did remove the faction land mission boards because I could not get them to function properly in my mods. I know that there are other modders who have gotten them to work as placeable, but then again, there's always limitations. My goal was to make them work in every system, and some mission boards just refuse to work in every system. Negligent discharge. Ever since I got my gaming PC up and running in February, I have been a modder first and a player second. So my mods are very, very large and very involved. So I tend to work on the game more than I play the game. But Tristan, if you look at the old update for that, there's that update video should still be there in my channel, and I talk about how to go about it if you really want to replace your landing pad. But the DarkStar Terminus, there was no real value in destroying and recreating except this one thing. Like I put this one chest here but you can build these, so it doesn't matter. So if you've got an old Terminus from the previous update that still has all the mission boards, just keep it. It's not hurting anything. Yeah, the contraband DarkStar chests, it says it right there in the name, it's unlinked. So these don't connect to your building. So anything you put in here stays. It's safe. And then the yellow boxes are linked, and I did rename them so they say linked utility box. Thank you, Mark. And James. I wish I could just package up this whole Outpost the way I built it and publish it, but the point of interest building and stuff like that in game, like, or in the creation kit, you can't tell these to snap together. You have to build with different components altogether, because the whole snapping system isn't in the CK build thing. Nice. So yeah, in the next update, you'll be able to customize the armor, and it's this last installable module here on the bottom of the armor list. You'll see it says Umbral Assault. That will be in the future update. That'll be what names it Umbral Assault. And these are all the generated names on the left. These are not renamed by me. So I issued myself the five copies of the same exact suit of armor as part of my playtesting of this next upcoming update, and then put each one of the modules on a different suit. So, and you can see it changes the appearance and it changes what they do. But I'm still working on what they do. There's still some bugs to iron out and stuff like that, but you'll be able to customize your suit of force armor into your playstyle. Like the Battle Hardened is going to be all about aiming and targeting speed and armor rating. And then the Forged Assault suit is explosive resist, if not explosive immune. And so kind of leaning in that direction. And then the Glitter Boy, it calls back to the name of a suit of armor or an actual character class in the Rift's pen and paper role-playing game called Glitter Boy, who their armor was so reflective that it dispersed all energy attacks. So that's what this will be, is an energy resist suit. And it won't show here. This is different. I'm doing the customization that these modules provide are hidden stats that are not shown in the character sheet. And then the ivory suit will be all about environmental resist. I'm trying to dial that to where it takes 2 to 3 times as long for your suit protection to fade. And then the Umbral suit will be all about stealth and star powers. Not this time around, Slow. I doubt they will. And if they did, it would have to be like after hours stuff. I doubt that they can cover my current day job paycheck. Pepper, I think you're asking what chest can you put things in to link to your build inventory and your crafting inventory, and that's these chests. the DarkStar linked utility boxes, which you can build an additional one at your outpost. I typically will build one like right next to one of my airlocks or right next to the beacon, and then I leave all of my, you know, resource inventory that I brought with me to the base. I'll put it all in there. Because that way if I have to destroy anything, I don't get flooded in my inventory. It doesn't, you know, dump out of a bunch of chests into my inventory just because I delete a landing pad or something. I haven't checked as regularly as I did right when it first launched. I know that DarkStar Astrodynamics had around 85, I think it was 85,000 downloads the first week it was live. But I credit that both to what the mod did, which a lot of people found valuable, but also to the fact that I was the first non-Bethesda creation to go live. I actually went live too early and had to turn it off and then turn it back on because I pulled the trigger as they were doing the meeting or the big reveal video, and then I got told, "Hey, you're too early. Take it down, and I had to disable it again. But I credit that as part of my success also. Not a problem, Pepper. I may not always understand everything everybody's trying to say if English isn't their first language, but I try my best. Yeah, I think at this point, if I were to total up the downloads on all my mods, I'm pretty sure I'm close to 250,000 downloads. And I've been over 1 million plays on Astrodynamics, for example, for quite a while. But I don't check my statistics very often. You know, they do what they do. People play them or they don't. See, this is why I'm playing with the numbers, because this Umbral suit has such high stealth that I don't think they even know where I'm at, and I'm not sneaking. Look at this. I'm gonna switch to another suit. This is ridiculous. This is why we test. Let's go clear, boy.
Oh, there you are.
See?
You're not taking me out.
So, because this one's so reflective, part of the stats is that it makes you easier to see. You get a penalty for wearing this suit to your stealth. Because why wouldn't you? It's a big mirror.
Reloading. Too much heat. Move.
What happened?
I'm moving. Oh, there you are.
Yes, here I am. Come get me.
Oh, Oh, credits! Give me cover! More fire on position!
Shoot me! Come on.
Fill him at home! Though.
Well, and the biggest thing, my biggest motivation was Slow Rider was because I had several thousand hours played on Xbox, and I just felt like, because I tend to play a little more completionist than some people, so I had several New Game Plus runs where I collected everything and built like full Outpost network and had all these ships. I had filled vendors with ships I had built and sold, and just kind of went crazy with it. But the game didn't feel like it was rewarding me for the stuff I put in, to all the time I put in. It seems like all of the base game rewards just shut off between level 60 and 80, and there's really no reason to keep playing other than personal persistence. And I was like, all right, if I get a gaming PC, I can start making mods, because I am a software developer by trade. I was like, I can start making mods and I can solve this. Should I not? And then I got a bonus for my day job, and I'm like, all right, I guess I am. I guess I'm getting a gaming laptop. And here we are. My whole thing was, I felt like the low levels in the game were plenty rewarding. It's when you get to a certain point that everything just cuts off. I didn't want the comics. So anyways, that was my goal, was to extend the reward system in the game and, constantly give people those carrots that they can fight for to get more out of the game. And it wasn't that I felt like, I was underpowered by any means and needed stronger weapons. It's that, the rewards should have kept coming. Really do not like the sound those things make. But hey, while I have people here, what content should I be filming? So I've got the situation where I'm about to be so knee-deep in DarkStar robotics that I'm not going to have like mod updates that I can post without spoiling what I'm building. So I'm going to need ideas for things that I can post that would, be valuable to all of you without, without trying to turn myself into like Deanpo or something like that, because I'm not going to ever do that. So if you have any ideas for things I can do, like once or twice a week to keep my channel engaging and rewarding, I am all ears.
out there! Too much. One down! Easy mark.
Why would he yell easy mark while he's fleeing?
You're not taking. Piece of shit.
Oh, I meant like YouTube content that would keep people around. More of a, if you have requests for videos kind of thing. Because like I've said many times, I'm not a, you know, social media influencer or, you know, live streamer personality. It's not in me. It's not how I think. I'm old, you know. I'll be 50 this year. Stop oozing behind me, that's disgusting. Close your mouth when you crawl. Well, technically they can have more powerful weapons if you have DarkStar manufacturing installed. Because the few overrides that I did do of base game files with manufacturing was I did alter the quality tiers files, which are used to set the quality of rolled loot and NPC equipment. So they can have all the way up to relic quality, depending on their level and the zone that they're standing in.
Find them. Got you. Now we're in business. Take this.
Ricocheted hardcore off the ceiling. Good grief. Almost feel bad. It was like bouncing a basketball. Bam, bam. Man, I didn't mean for that to happen. Maybe I should stop shooting and give this person an Advil. Check him for a concussion.
What? But you're next. You're going down. Open up.
I'm going down, am I? Right in the ass. Gotta love it when the butt shot's what kills him. Yeah, I will be doing another mod in the future that joins my mods together called there'll be multiple volumes of it, so it is something I plan on doing. And it'll be DarkStar Universe. So once I have that built, the first one I'm going to do is probably going to just combine um, astrodynamics and manufacturing to allow those two mods to override each other in certain ways and things like that. Um, so that'll be Darkstar Universe Volume 1. Volume 2 will require manufacturing, astrodynamics, and robotics. So that would come out when that comes together. The goal there would be Darkstar Universe Volume 2 would then take into account that you have all three installed and say, you know what, all the encounters in robotics should be more difficult because you have access to all of the Darkstar Astro and manufacturing things. You know, so I do plan on having that kind of stuff in the future. It's just there's low need for it right now, since I still only have the groundwork mods published. And that's what I consider manufacturing and astrodynamics. They're not final products, they're groundwork mods. They're leading somewhere. Jeez. They just spawned out of the wall. What the heck? Why are you all outside? Go back inside. Even Barrett. Get back to work, Sam. And robots are inside. Good grief. So my robots went inside and my humans went outside. Make that make sense. Why are you all in the gym? You can't even work out. Which mod are you talking about or asking about, Dominic? Oh, Darkstar Manufacturing. It just happens by chance, depending on the NPC level and what location they're in. Relic quality was added to the base game quality files so that you can loot relic weapons. You can be fired at by NPCs wielding relic weapons. So definitely need to dial back the stealth on the Umbral suit. The problem is that it was combining with the lining effects I have on my armor and stuff. So 25% harder to detect. And hidden stat on the Umbral suit was that it was also adding that, and I had it as a lining, so I was technically like 100-something% harder to detect, even when not sneaking. Oh, not a problem, Dominic. Dominic. Dom.
Hey there.
What are the red lines? I'm not in build mode, I shouldn't be seeing red lines. But I totally am. Where are they going? What is up with that? Y'all see this, right? Why do I have red lines shooting into the sky from all of my water harvesters? That is so weird. And it's not a targetable line. So Ryan, the extracted particle cores, where it pulls it out of a weapon, only happens once. And then if you complete the next research stage, that goes away. That recipe is no longer functional and usable if you've completed the next research. So like for example, that recipe shows up at the weapon crafting. I've done it all, and I get this is the new weapon particle core. So once you've extracted it once, just do the research. You only need to make one. Do the next research, and then you can craft them from scratch without pulling them out of a weapon. But you can always place them in any chest that is not linked to Outpost build inventory, such as the DarkStar unlinked storage. Throw a weapon in there that you want to keep, then do your crafting. Or put it on a weapon board. It'll never pick from here. Hyla 2 does have an ancient one that is used, a location that is used as part of the main quest line. You can find it early. Yeah, just the little yellow one. And that one's limited, you can only build one, but two come pre-attached to the terminus. So the two that are pre-attached over here, the little yellow boxes. See how it says DarkStar linked utility box? It's linked to storage. So anything you put in there is accessible while building or crafting. And then the one that you can build in addition to that, I placed here. That's where all my resources are. What's this out here? I don't like some of this clutter gets knocked around when the NPCs walk through, and I dislike it very much.
Hello.
So I usually will pick it up and tuck it behind things. Like, look at that. I don't want that ladder there. Go away, Cora. Like, what even is this thing? Some kind of neck pillow? Or something, a butt pillow? I'm not sure what it is. Well, why is it on my ship? There. Thanks for kicking that over there, Cora. Appreciate it. Proving my point. Which of the three? I pronounce your name two different ways just to be sure. Dominique and Dominic. Which one is it? Do you have the E sound in the I? Q-E-U-E? Or is it the... I don't know. I've met many people that have their name spelled the way yours is, and they all pronounce it differently. I work in software development and have for several decades. So I've met a lot of people from a lot of different countries with a lot of weird names and a lot of strange spellings. So Hyla 2 used to be one of the places that I like to build, right actually overlooking that special location. Because there's a pretty cool lake there with a little island. But then that's the with the Sharpie. Oh, cool. But yeah, that was the location that bugged out on me more than any other outpost location, so I stopped building there. Thought I had deleted all of these other outposts. I don't use them. Want this stuff, so since I'm on PC, I can do that. I've programmed in a lot of languages over the years. Currently I do mostly Apex, but I've done C#, Java, Python, Perl, COBOL, Fortran, Pascal, Visual Basic. Mostly C#. And prior to that, prior to the launch of .NET, it was mostly Visual Basic. I've been around a lot. I used to build on Eridani too, also. But actually, if you're doing a a playthrough where you're trying to gather all of your resources on your own. Where is that one place? I mean, I usually end up with a base on Vessel 3 on playthroughs like that, and also on Gamma Vulpus, I think it is. This world here, Gamma Vulpus 1. Because that's a great place for, like, structural and things like that, and the luxury textile and stuff. Yeah, it's hard to make outposts meaningful, which, in my opinion, is one of the failings of the game. I think it's cool they gave us a way to build them, but you know, just like when Fallout 4 came out, there wasn't really a good reason to do it. They eventually added reasons with future updates and content, and then of course mods. But that right now is one area where it's kind of lacking. At the same time, you don't want to force players to have to do outposts. So I get why it wouldn't be a feature they would focus hardcore on, you know, when the game's launching. But still, you know, they could have done a little bit more than they did. Like if they had left the fuel system in the game, even as an optional difficulty setting, then Outposts would have a lot more meaning, because you'd have to build Outposts in order to gather helium-3, you know? But without that function in the game... That's why all of my mods have the ability to just work straight from, you know, the freaking lodge without even building on your ship or in an outpost or anything. And then, of course, you can build on your ship, or you can build stuff in your outpost, or whatever. That's why you can go to Red Mile or the Clinic or the Den to do your ship building, and not have to build a terminus. Just give everybody options that fit their playstyle, you know? But yeah, the flora and fauna on this planet is really good for harvesting. If you've never done it. This way. I should pay attention to the mini-map more, I guess. There he is. Yeah, actually the first version of this that launched, first version of Astra that launched, that was the only way you could build, was to go to the Den, or the Clinic, or the Red Mile. And I didn't tell anybody the Red Mile location. I just put it there, and then posted on Nexus that, hey, there's a hidden location. You might find another NPC somewhere that has a better inventory. And then there was this hunt. Couple players participated in trying to find where that other location was. But still, so many people download mods and don't actually read the mod page or look at the, like, I have a website and everything that explains it all, and people don't look, which is fine. Yeah, everybody's different, but well, the Avenger is mostly meant for helping people speedrun New Game Plus, honestly, and giving you a ship that's worth piloting that isn't the Starborn Guardian, to kind of soften the blow of, oh no, I just went to New Game Plus and lost my own ships. You know, then at least you've got a pretty cool ship that you can fly for a while, do your NG Plus grind, and not have to worry about losing out on things, and kind of soften the blow a bit, you know? That was the whole motivation. Well, thank you, Rex. And Ryan. And yeah, I don't know, like, as a consumer of mods in Fallout 4 and Skyrim, I did often get frustrated when, you know, a mod wouldn't work and there was no way to get real support from a mod author, and then you go and you look at their Nexus download page or whatever, and, you know, it's got nothing but people asking for help and the mod author telling them to shut up and read the manual, and, you know, stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, when I publish mods, I'm not going to be that way. So, but I also have to credit this community too, that's kind of swarmed around this whole DarkStar effort, because if you all weren't so awesome, then, you know, I would have eventually been forced to shut all of the support down for my own sanity, you know. But, you know, that's why I'm so happy the Discord turned out the way it has so far. We've had Discord live for about a month, and we've got 600 members. I think we were at 615 or something like that when I started the stream today. And we've only had one issue so far, and it was just handled easily by a single temporary suspension of that person on the Discord. And we haven't had any issues since. So that's actually, it's a huge thing, really, because so many of the Discords I join for other reasons, usually not for Starfield reasons, like being a fiction author and all of that, they end up toxic. I've seen 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 person Discords just burn down because of toxicity. So it just proves that there's a good, healthy community around Starfield. Unlike what I've ever seen in a different Bethesda game. Usually they always devolve into, you know, people tearing each other apart. Yeah, I think sci-fi fans in general, but then again, you know, you have to keep something in mind, is that in general, sci-fi fans are, by and large, not the ones playing Starfield. It's old school Bethesda fans. There's a lot of people playing this that probably didn't play a sci-fi game before this one. You know, they were like Skyrim this and Fallout 4 that, and then I wish that had an effect. I want ground-based weapons that can shoot down ships. That's what I want. But I don't think the game can even logically handle that right now, even if I was to try and mod it. Because a landing ship isn't actually a interactable entity. Yeah, see, these guys get polymer when you set up a farm for them. So, like, if you're doing a playthrough where you're trying to farm all of your stuff, metabolic agent, hyper catalyst, sedatives, aromatics, polymer. One of the plants here gives structural. Sedatives, toxins. Like, there's a lot of stuff on this world that you can farm pretty easily. And because there's a lot of desert, it's easy to build a base. Oh yeah, I don't do that. I make all of my mods from scratch. I don't carry over other people's work. Kidnapped by ships. You're talking about getting into the docking bay and then it just takes off with you? No, it's part of it is that when a ship is queued to land, there are different ship landing ground-based events, encounters, and some of them are just scripted to always take off after a period of time or when all of the ground crew is killed. So what I found is if you want to guarantee that you don't get them to take off on you, don't kill everybody on the ground. Just run into the ship, leave them alive outside, and then do your thing. But there are ships that are coded that are encounters that are coded that when the ship lands and the crew disembarks, they will take off after a few seconds, whether or not you're there. So the fact that you happen to get on board the ship doesn't stop it. It just keeps going with its scripting.
Now look at you. I am free. I'm not done yet.
Yep, Gamma Vulpus 1. One of my favorite resource farm planets. Especially if you want to do a lot of complex outpost building.
We are not done yet.
I had an encounter very early in my gaming in Starfield where I boarded a ship and they took off and I couldn't pilot the ship because I didn't have my piloting skill high enough. It was a Class C and I only had like Class B piloting. So I ended up reloading a save before I boarded the ship just so I didn't have that problem anymore. I didn't think, oh, I can fast travel. Yeah, so I don't know how parking all of your ships would work. Right now, the game has a storage that it uses for your ships, but it's really just the form ID that it's storing. It's not like placing a rendered ship anywhere. So I'm not sure. I'm sure it's possible. It's just I don't think anyone's figured out or even tried to figure out yet how to get all of your ships rendered at once. And then even if you did, if you're running a mod like even DarkStar Astrodynamics bumps the limit to 25 ships. So which ships get shown, right? Which ships would show up as docked? Which ships would fall out of the list? You know. And then if somebody did make that, here's where modding community gets a little hectic and frustrating. Is there's no way to please everybody, right? If some modder makes a space station that you can park, your ships at visibly, somebody invariably is going to complain that they can't park 200 ships there. Oh, I got this mod that lets me have 200 ships. Why aren't there 200 docking points?
You're gonna pay for that!
Not thinking that some mod authors, first of all, there's game limitations that may prevent what they're asking. But some modders like me will be like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do that because that would break on console. I try and make sure my stuff will work on all platforms. I get a lot of requests for things like, oh, can you extend the build limit of this and the build limit of that? I'm like, yes, I could, but that probably won't work well on console, so I'm not gonna. This is one of my favorite points of interest. This and the abandoned weapon station, and the abandoned fuel station. Those are primo if you're not running mods and want to get good equipment on a fresh playthrough. She just tumbled right on over. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had a playthrough where I was like, oh no, I can only have 25 ships. That's not enough. I feel so limited. And in fact, very few have ever hit 10 ships. And I had a couple where I was playing completionist, and I specifically waited to get like the Star Eagle and the Razor Leaf until I had 10 ships, because both of those will add to your inventory even if you already own 10. So I had 12 ships, but like you don't fly 12 ships. And what I found was I would just fly the same ship all the time, even though I had a bunch. So I was like, why? What's the point? Didn't want to loot a folder. Come on. Stupid thing. Should be a setting that you can tell your game, don't loot junk, you know? As far as robots, there's the DarkStar factory. That one's a good one. There's also an abandoned robotic station, although that's usually mostly Crimson Fleet. But there's usually a good 5 or 6 robots in there. I think the DarkStar factory is probably your best bet. Wow, y'all just walked right past me. I've never even seen them come up here like this.
I knew I'd find you!
Fun.
Told you to keep your head down. Watch out! Take her down.
I love that I hit him with a duck grenade and then he started saying not like this. I don't think anybody wants to die to a duck grenade. Hey ma'am, how did your husband die? He got hit in the chest with a duck grenade. A what? A duck grenade. Who's shooting me now? Wow, you're a little ways over there.
Shit! I'm in over my head!
What? How are they not seeing me?
Not worth it.
Oh, hey. I think you're our first soldier. Congratulations, Dominique. Oh, yeah. Let me put on the umbrella armor for this part. So still testing this out too, but... Oh, well, thank you. So if you ever thought your force powers couldn't be used enough, you'll want to wear the umbrella armor when this update comes out. You saw what I just did there. Yep, sniping people with an EM weapon. Good old DarkStar manufacturing. I'll take his ammo. I'll leave him the rest, I don't care. What do you have? I'll take your ammo too. Is there anybody else? Just two dudes? There's no need. You can't in the base game, but there's no need if you get once the new mod update is out for DarkStar Manufacturing. Because if you do the research and get the Force Armor, make it Umbral, then you can do this. This is Grab Dash. I didn't count, but that was a lot. It's not available yet. That is coming with the next update. For right now, it's just the Umbral is just a suit of armor that looks starborn. But I'm making it much more customizable in the next update. My wife is outside working on her tent for this coming weekend's show that she's doing, and my dogs are losing their just everything. They're just losing their minds. So I apologize for the barking you might hear in the background, if you can hear it. What do I think of the Starborn skill tree mod? I have never used it. I'm sure somebody in this chat has, but I have not. That looks like something over there, but it's not showing up. It is something over there. He wants to collapse mine. Most useless point of interest there is. Oh, Dominique, if you have your YouTube account linked in your Discord account, or if you set that up, just Google it, and you'll find instructions on how to do that. Join the Discord and you'll have the soldier rank there also. That rank doesn't give anything too special right now. The Force Recon one does. But I appreciate your contributions either way.
Please do not interfere with my tasks.
I don't restock much. Here you go.
Wow, so many credits.
Good luck out there.
Do you even have an interior? Or is it all just exterior places in this point of interest? Like, I didn't see a hab at all.
We're on a deadline here. Creeplight needs a shipment by next week.
Is that why they didn't give you guys anywhere to sleep? Good grief. Talk about slave labor. Oh, my bad. They have a tent with a chair. Come on, man. Shouldn't there be an interior here somewhere? Am I smoking crack? You stay on stems the whole time. You don't need sleep. We'll treat you for addiction when you come back for leave. Yeah, here's that Mantis encounter. This encounter only spawns if you're flying the Mantis. It's not like it's a normal encounter that changes when you are flying the Mantis. It is just a flavor encounter that only spawns for you if you're flying the Razor Leaf, sorry, from the Mantis class. We'll see if they can find me. I'm just gonna walk around in my umbral suit. With all of its stealth. Notice I haven't been noticed yet. Yeah, this is way overpowered.
False alarm.
So, I can't leave the armor this way because this is just way unreasonable. This will get nerfed before it goes live. Like, even the robots are like, we heard something, but we can't see it. Where is it? I'm not stealthed, I'm not sneaking. Yeah, you just walk through.
Searching.
Just do.
Alert.
I bumped into him.
Catastrophic damage and unable. Repair not possible.
I had to run into him for him to notice me. That shouldn't be the case. But now he's going to keep shooting where I was. Because he really has no idea that I moved. What I usually do. I use Shades Immersive Looting. And I usually strip their armor off, not because I want to use it. Unless I'm new in a universe and trying to get a lot of credits fast, then I'll loot everything. But this lets me know that I've looted them when I come run back through later. And you know, technically that should be possible for the most part, just with DarkStar manufacturing as it is. So if you're wearing, so 25% harder to detect on the beret, 25% harder to detect on the CEO suit, and see, I set this up so it could, because I was testing, and then I had it on the armor, 25% harder to detect, and the Umbral Assault also adds a bunch of harder to detect. I think it's 35%. So there you go, 100%, 110% harder to detect. Right. But you don't need this Umbral Assault effect. You don't need this effect to cap out. If you, say, do that 25% harder, which is from the operative suit from the Raging quest line. So that's where that lining is from. So you can put it on your clothing, put it on a hat. I think you can put it on a cyberware, like a Neuromark. And then that's 3, and then you can put it on your suit, and then that's 4. You would be able to do exactly what I'm doing right now. So if you want to just walk through a point of interest and not get shot.
Listen. Wait. Contact.
Yes!
Hold your call.
Well, she's not supposed to be easy, and she wasn't supposed to be a villain or an enemy. She's there as flavor. Let's see if I actually sneak it. Far harder for them to find me.
Scanning for visual.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is like sneaking in Skyrim right here.
Clear.
It's already caught me my ass. Butt shots only. Yep. I remember a very epic fight. The first time I ever found one of these POIs. First time I ever found one of these, I was very low level, first playthrough ever, and I just kept getting my ass handed to me. It took so much effort to clear this place. My best weapon at the time was an explosive Grendel. So a little bit of irony here, I'm back with a Grendel.
Investigating.
But the only way I could take out this dude up here was by shooting the ceiling near him and hoping that it procced an explosion. Because anytime he hit me, it was just over. And I was reloading my save.
What the?
Also, with a mod like this, like Shade's immersive looting, you find interesting details like the fact that something like 70% of the Ecliptic are female. Now, I haven't done an exact count to figure that out scientifically, but it's like every time I turn around, the Ecliptic that I'm stripping to mark as looted is usually a woman. And I did like dabble very briefly with Twitch streaming. Didn't really like it, so I didn't do it anymore, but like I forgot I had that was when I was running Nexus mods, and I had a bunch of them that were like better skin graphics and stuff like that, and I was wearing outfits that like the underclothes would show on. So I actually had one of the not safe for work mods installed and forgot because I don't run around unclad, you know? And I started stripping loot on the stream, and it's like all these nude bodies laying around. I'm like, oh shit, I should maybe not do that. What was that in orbit? Spacer contact. Nobody cares. Wrong button. Yeah, the volatile rounds is just, that's for the Mark III weapons, which is any ballistic weapon can be turned into a Mark III weapon, and it becomes particle beam. You've turned me into the hunter. Damn, Sadir. Look at this.
What are you doing?
Is Lon already dead? Yeah. No. Well, he's essential.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I love the screaming sound effects, but there's nobody alive to scream. No, Andy, they don't have any effect on each other. They do increase the number of vulnerable ships. DarkStar Astrodynamics bumps the limit from 10 to 25. I don't have a mod that is specific enough to Outpost for me to justify adding the Outpost limit increase right now.
How are you?
No, it doesn't. They all have the same everything. It's just a graphical change. Yeah, and technically you can sell ships to the DarkStar terminus and they'll stay there. I do think they will stay forever. I haven't validated that on a super long playthrough, but like I've sold ships to the terminus and they're just there and they stay there. And with the, if you turn on VIP mode for DarkStar Astrodynamics, everything's super cheap at the Terminus. So even buying a ship back, it's like pennies. Like, with VIP mode turned on, I can buy a narwhal for 3,521 credits. And then usually when you build the ship, you buy a ship here and then you build it, you'll earn money. As long as the vendor has credits, you will earn money. Your mom's outside. Sorry, my son came in. One of our chickens got out. Yeah. Hey, the red lines went away. You were right. Everything's in order. Yeah, not a problem, Javier. Oh, I should show that, I guess. Who was it that was asking about the Gutbuster? Was that you, Andy? Yeah. If you're still here. I'm missing the weapon particle core. Go back and make that. Okay. There you go. Perfect. Here you go, Andy. You watching this? Yeah. Make Krakens useful again. Well, I say that like they were ever actually useful, but they are with this mod. It's just nasty. And then, of course, the limiting factor is the volatile rounds. That's why I loot all ammo, always. Oh. Now I know who you are from Discord. And yeah, I didn't want easy win buttons as mods. I wanted to feel like I earned it. So like even I did all the research. Yeah, it's whatever mods, whatever weapons had Gutbuster available, we'll still have it. I didn't remove it. It's right here. Well, I'll pull it up bigger. Sorry. And of course, the availability of DarkStar Avant-Garde enchants legendaries is going to be based on your level of completion of the game. But you can get a very similar effect with weaker legendaries. Alright, so this uses 6.5mm volatile. Let's make some more ammo. Because if I'm going to carry this, I don't want to be struggling for ammo. So, volatile 6.5. This one, it looks like I have plenty of resources. 13,000 added. So yeah, the different legendary combo, those proprietary legendaries, are all based on different play styles. Avant-Garde is supposed to be kind of cream of the crop combination of all those different play styles to different varying degrees. Force Recon is supposed to be for spray and pray kind of stuff. Turns all your weapons into shotguns with high fire rate, high mags, and all that stuff. So they all have different styles. And there's plenty of people that blend the different ones to get their own custom look and feel for a weapon. Alright, so I need what for the volatile ammo to make more. I need 6.5mm CT. And for that, I need small primers. There we go. $47,000 rounds available now. For the weapon that should not exist. The Nope Spray. Yeah, the other point for this mod was that I was tired of feeling like you always had to use like an Burun Inflictor to be, you know, viable in the highest end combat in the game. You know, sure other weapons would work, but they, with the way armor is in the vanilla game and everything else, it just, I don't know, it felt like you weren't really getting stronger anymore. And feeling like all of the other weapons are now useless and you've got to use this one, I just didn't like it. And that's where a lot of this came from. I wanted to make the weakest weapons in the game still viable in the end game. Like the Kraken is a level 1 weapon. It drops from NPC starting at level 1. It's the fastest weapon to get relic unlocked on because it has the lowest level requirements for every quality tier. And yet, here I am in a level 75 world, and it doesn't feel like I'm gimping myself by using it. And that was the goal. I don't know what you mean by show every item. And you can see in mine they don't. At least in my install. So Vile Weapons just shows the Mark III recipes. The ammo crafting just shows ammo recipes. Right? So if you're seeing anything other than that, then you have some other mod breaking you. No, I never use my transfer container. I build one just for the aesthetic at the base, but I never use it. I've never used it. I always found it useless. If I need stuff, I just go pick it up. It's funny how much water my stuff has been gathering. Yeah. I don't need water, but I built those just for the looks. But yeah, Dominique, if you have these workbenches showing too much inventory and things that don't feel like they belong, show us what your load order is on Discord, and we'll help you figure out what's breaking it. Now, other mods that allow you to craft their stuff, they usually just add it to the industrial workbench. And so anything that is mod added to the industrial workbench will show in all of mine, because all custom workbenches are clones of the industrial workbench. And my mod takes all of the default recipes that land here and adds a filter to them to force them to only show on this version of the industrial workbench. And then these have filters to show only their recipes. But other mods won't adhere to that because they would have to be dependent. Those other mods would have to have a forced dependency on my mod to say, okay, well, you know, show up in this specific DarkStar bench. Load order is a conversation best had on Discord. And yeah, Andy, that happens. The problem is that there's no... Right, so I can't go to a workbench in the game files, in the creation kit, for example, and say, this workbench loads this list of recipes. That's not how it works. What happens is you have a whole bunch of recipes, and the recipe says, I belong on this workbench. So when a mod adds a new recipe, they say it belongs on this workbench, and that's just where it's going to show until somebody else does a patch that says, nope, move it to here, please. I will check into it later, Edmund. I saw that post on Discord just a few minutes ago on my other device. It's not something I'm going to check here. It's easier to check in the game files, and I'm not going to do that while I'm on stream. Tristan, whoever made that Sith robe mod, would have to create a patch for DarkStar and the Sith robes in combo, or any other mod author or somebody that wants to learn to be a mod author can create that patch. I have tutorials on this channel on how to create those patches. And I've had members of the Discord community use those tutorials to make patches to make sure the tutorials taught them enough. Do it in the are you? Bleh. Just do it in mod help. There's a mod help channel. There's also a public mod help channel, and a manufacturing help channel, and Astro help channel. If you're talking load order stuff, you could also do it on either the console conversation or the PC conversation channels. So PC convo, console convo, depending on which platform you're playing on. And we have a lot of people that are very good at helping figure out load order. Better than me at it. And Discord's just like any other chat system. You know, we also have people that'll help you out with Discord stuff if you have the need of that. Just ask questions. Always somebody available to help. And thankfully for me and my sanity these days, I don't usually have to be the one that helps, which is great. But, alright, I am nearing the end of this stream. It's a little over 2 hours now. I always let my streams go to video after, so this will always be here to come back to. If I said anything, you're like, oh, what's that? If I want to look up that Kraken information again, you can just pull it up. Oh, and this file, just this. I have two. This one and one for farming XP. Silk goes through New Game Plus too often to worry about like stockpiling outposts or any of that. In fact, all of my characters do. I got tired of trying to do the collector runs because I just did it too much. I'm beyond that point in my playthroughs. I've beaten all the quests in this game more times than I could possibly count. But I think that is it for today. Thank you all for coming. Again, if you have any ideas for other content you would like to see from me, post about it on Discord or something. That's the most likely place you're gonna get my attention. Don't forget that there is a merch store if you like the DarkStar brand and want to show it off. Yeah, Edmund, they would require patches. Yeah, NG65. But yeah, that's just this one character. All of my characters are multi-NG, high-level NG. But I will catch you all later. I might be online later on Discord just to hang out. But right now it is almost 7 p.m. Eastern, and it is past dinner time, so I am going to go find something to eat. I will catch you all later.